What is up, guys? I am Santa. You are YouTube. This is the Poke Workshop, and I am back after a small hiatus. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff and a bunch of, and we're back. Today we got a VGC battle, because VGC is back to the channel. It is once again time for the summer draft for the Pacific Northwest Battle Network Draft League. Play VGC here. Don't snipe my password, please. I won't be very happy with that, but we're going to search for an opponent to battle, as one does when they are searching for an opponent to battle, except we're actually going to do it in online mode, because I am not a fool. If my mother raised a fool, rest assured it wasn't me. And yet, here I stand, sitting, as a fool would do. Cool. Connected to the internet. So, you may be asking yourself, hey dude, how come you haven't uploaded any TCG content in a while? And the answer to that is very simple. I haven't. Turns out the answer is not very simple. I have a bunch of stuff recorded. I've just been very busy within the past month. I have, however, recently, we kind of can't see it. There you go. Recently acquired this cute little jungle hollow Vaporeon, which is very, very fun. It's currently just sitting on my desk. You can see my normal card opening table right there behind me. So I went to a festival. Been spending a whole lot of time getting ready for said festival, and took some time. Definitely took some time to get ready for said festival, and now I am back. I'm very happy to be back. My room is currently a mess, as you can tell by basically everything behind me. Got my Pokemon Pez back there. There's just stuff all over my office right now. You can see even over there behind me. Got my hat bin over by the front door. Whole bunch of shenaniganry. Yeah, it's just been crazy. Life has been really fun. The festival I went to was Beyond Wonderland in the Pacific Northwest. Went out to the gorge near George Washington. If you know where George Washington is, congratulations. So do I. I was there. It was really, really fun. Got myself a nice little sunburn. But we are back. Back in action. Ready for anything. Ready for battle. Ready for war, even. And, yeah, today we are going to war, in fact. Oh, he is searching now, so we will reply to him with a GLHF. And, let people know. Streaming our match right now on my YouTube. Alright, so I have mentioned that we are ready for battle and in fact ready for war. What kind of war are we ready for today? Today we get to play in one of my most and least favorite matchups of all time. Because my opponent and I both drafted Perish Trap. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that Perish Trap is my absolute favorite team of all time. Been playing it for well over a decade at this point. And my opponent also picked a Perish Song user and a Trapper. It is Eileen, aka the Okanagan Ogerpons. And we are going to be playing with, I believe, normal rules, right? Double Battle Flat. Double Battle Official 1. Okay. So, this is going to be a really fun, slightly annoying match. But I've packed some tricks up my sleeve that I think are going to give me a decent little bit of an advantage in this matchup, because my opponent is basically playing Rain Trap, whereas I'm playing a little bit more of a pure variant of Perish Trap, so we're going to see how that goes. He brought basically... Okay, he didn't bring the one thing I was the most worried about, which is actually really, really swell. So we can go Goldango. Though I like saving Goldango for last here. Tempted to go Dugong Gotharita. Gotharita on this team has imprisoned, so we can stop his trick room shenanigans. Let's see, let's actually shrink my face a little bit. That's a little bit better. Okay, so he's standing by. He's already locked in. I kind of do want to go Dugong. Going Dugong Goldango is actually not terrible. I think Dugong Grimmsnarl is actually the proper play. We'll bring Goldian back. I guess we can bring Murkrow here. Murkrow feels okay. We'll see how this goes. We're going to try and lean into some Dugong shenanigans and see where that leads us. Because Dugong, fun fact, is faster than Gothitelle, so we have a better fake out than our opponent does. So we can fake them out, set up a screen, set up another screen on the secondary turn. Gothitelle, Corviknight. Okay. It's actually super duper okay. So we're going to fake out the Goth. I don't want to spend my Terra this early. So I don't think I will. I think we'll just go Reflect. Because unless you speed trained your Gothitelle, which most people wouldn't do on a team like yours, this fake out should go first. Which means we can fake out your Goth, set up our Reflect, survive an Iron Head from the Corviknight. Then we can either set up a Reflect or we can Parting Shot out. Okay, so there's a world that they're Cloak. They are not cloaked. Okay. Your lefties. Okay. Lefties is kind of fine. I honestly want to go straight to sheer cold shenaniganry. I'm tempted to Parting Shot the Gothitelle here just so that we can get the Grimmsnarl out of here because I don't really need Light Screen right now. So I think we will do that. Now the reason we're Parting Shotting the Gothitelle instead of the Corviknight is Corviknight typically carries Mirror Armor. I'm not trying to get my stat changes bumped back to me. Goldango will resist the Iron Head. And Sheer Cold hits. Disrespect. Absolute disrespect. That's massive though, and like that kind of seems like BM, but frankly, cool. And the taunt goes perfect. That's awesome. That's awesome. That was actually the perfect turn for us. That's kind of crazy. So the Sheer Cold was actually designed in such a way, this is a really thick Dugong, so its main purpose was to fake out the Gothitelle before the Gothitelle could fake out us, which it didn't choose to do anyways, so it didn't quite matter. Basculegion comes out. Now this is kind of exactly what we were hoping for. I think I want to protect Dugong, or I can go for a Sheer Cold onto the Gothitelle. Kind of tempted to Sheer Cold the Goth. I kind of want to protect the Goldango, actually. Because if we let Dugong drop, then we actually get a switch. Or Goldango can just switch out here, actually. Okay, we'll actually let Goldango switch out to Grimmsnarl. Because Shadow Tag prevents us from switching, except if we have a Ghost type or something else with Shadow Tag. So this is actually advantageous because we'll still resist the last respects if they go for it. They actually withdraw the Gothitelle. And go into Politoed. Okay. So you're likely a Swift Swimmer. Which is fine. Oh, you go for the Wave Crash. Okay. Okay. That is not a last respects, but that is a-okay. Do we hit a second one? That'd be rude. We don't. That's fine. We only need 1 and 3 of those to hit. Okay, so we can actually Murkrow come out and foul play you. Okay. So I think now we can protect the Dugong. Are you Ghost? You are Ghost. Okay. We go for foul play on the Basculegion. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. Dugong protect feels fine. Not really a whole lot they can do to my Dugong right now, but feels smart anyway. Wave Crash is fine. We have the Sash. Crit is crazy. We'll see what Politoed chooses to do in this context. I feel like a Muddy Water makes a lot of sense. The foul play comes out. Basculegion drops. Cool. GG. And that, my friends, is GG, which is kind of crazy already. Encore into the Protect that did not do anything. That is massive. So now you're down to Politoed and Gothitelle. Goth could have Fake Out here. So I think the smart thing to do here is actually to double Perish Song, just in case. Because if you fake me out, I still want to get Song off, and then I can, yeah, that feels fine. That feels fine. If you don't have Fake Out, you don't have it, but you do have it, and I figured you might. Okay. We got Encored into Protect, which is slightly annoying, but overall fine. We've eaten up the Fake Out. Not that Fake Out could do anything to the Goldango. I think since we're Encore locked into Protect now, I think we just keep protecting because we have to. But I think the wise decision here is probably just to Shadow Ball the Gothitelle. Because Make It Rain is resisted by Politoed anyway, and it drops my stats. We could try and read a Protect, but I don't want to get Encored into Nasty Plot, so we're actually just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. If you protect, but if you Encore me into Shadow Ball, then you're kind of screwed anyway. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. Politoed having Encore is a little bit obnoxious, but not the end of the world. This might be Terra Normal. It's Terra Fairy. Okay. Okay, so now we know that you're Terra Fairy, which is actually kind of wild. Working up against the Goldango. Okay, you Terra Fairy and you Protect, which is fair. Decent read, decent read. And a Muddy Water comes into Goldango. It could miss, I guess, but cool. That's fine too. Okay, so now what we actually want to do... Are we still Encore locked? We are. We have one more turn of Encore. So we will Protect once more. And I'm actually going to Make It Rain this time. It's kind of a shame that was a really good turn to get Encored into Protect, because that Perish Song would have gone really well. Okay, Protect comes out on Politoed. That's fine. Make It Rain goes into Goth. This should KO you every time. It does not KO you every time, because this is a Nasty Plot set, but that's okay. Taunt doesn't work. Well, so you probably Encore me again, and you're encouraged to protect right now, so I think this nasty plot's pretty safe. Because as we've learned here, you cannot taunt a Gholdengo. The protect does come out. We saw that. I think the encore is pretty obvious into Dugong. I mentioned earlier that I didn't want to get encored into what's it, that one thing. Accuracy drop on Dugong is actually kind of annoying because we're going sheer colds. But no ac drop on Gholdengo means smiles on my side. Okay, reflect wears off. Last turn of rain, 2 turns of rain. Damp rock. I think we'll just go for the sheer cold again. Now we're pretty free to make it rain. Because Goth could go for the double protect, but it probably won't work. It's a 50-50 chance. And they don't try for it. Goth drops, Politoed takes 33, which is really good. Special attack drops, it's now down to normal, which means the Shadow Ball should be able to probably do another 50. Politoed dodges again, Muddy Water comes out again, you hit both again. Gholdengo gets an ac drop. Okay. I think here we actually protect the Gholdengo, give ourselves another chance to sheer cold. Miss again, that's fine. We do miss. And we do miss. And you hit both. We get another ac drop. That's crazy. So now we're at a 15% chance to hit this. We have 2 attempts. We hit it. GG. GG. Good game 1. Dugong did what it was supposed to do. Took 2 KOs that literally knocked half my opponent's team. We didn't even use Perish Song. Huge, 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 huge. Fun fact, Dugong actually gets 2 one-hit KO moves. We brought Sheer Cold just because they don't have an ice type, and I didn't think they would tear ice. Especially not into a Gholdengo-oriented team. Okay, so Politoed did pretty decent things for them. We'll see how this goes rolling into game 2. I kind of want to lead Electrode this time. So I think maybe we go Electrode, Dugong. Dugong set a fake out into whatever we want. See if they try trapping me again on turn 0. Because if they lead Corviknight again, we can go for Thunders, we can go for Volt Switch. They do pack Fake Out is the thing, they just chose to not use it. I do think Electrode is pretty decent here. I think Grimmsnarl can come into play. You have Play Rough, which doesn't help a whole lot, but it could help against the Hariyama if they set Hariyama. I think late game Gholdengo is still good here. Especially with Electrode Eject Pack and Dugong Eject button. We definitely have decent switches into the Gholdengo. I don't think Murkrow is particularly useful here. The foul play on Basculegion was really good, but we have the Electrode to deal with it instead. I think it's Grimmsnarl. I think leaving Murkrow and Goth at home is fine here. Let's think about it for a second. We got 30 seconds. So your only Trick Rumor is also, I guess you have 2 fake out users. You also have a Hariyama, but we can fake out your Hariyama instead if we choose to. Though I don't know why I would want to do that. I think these 4 are good. Let's see where it goes. Alright, good luck, have fun. Good game 1. Love your hair color. Like how I have not traded my, not changed my league card this entire time. Okay, so it's Dragargle. So we could fake out the Goth. We could Leaf Storm the Goth as well, actually. Because Leaf Storm gets me a free switch here. Or we can just straight Volt Switch and save the Leaf Storm. I think Volt Switch is probably safer because you could just easily protect on Gothitelle, so I can Volt Switch your Dragalge instead. Yeah, I think we'll save it. You didn't protect, you did try and fake out, but you didn't protect. That's fine. Volt Switch out. We can Volt Switch into Goldengo. I imagine you probably Sledge Bomb this slot. And I don't want my spot Sledge Bombed. And if you hit Dugong, we just get, yep, Sledge Bomb. Red just fine. Okay, so now we have a pretty optimal position here. I'm pretty tempted to just go for more Sheer Colds, actually. Or I can go for Perish Song Raw. Raw Perish Song feels pretty good here, because then that puts them in a position where they have to do something. And I think I'm cool with a nasty plot here, because you know that I have Shadow Ball, so you're incentivized to either protect or terrastalize. Your Dragalge can't really do anything to me. I think you might carry Dark Pulse, but I'm not super worried about that. You withdraw the Goth into Hariyama. Okay, so you don't have Trick Room, and you have 2 dangerously slow Pokemon on field. It's pretty decent for me here. Because Goldengo's unaffected. And now y'all. Interesting. So you pack a Thunder. I don't really care about that. I think I'm going to swap in a Grim here. And I'm tempted to just make it rain because neither of you resist me, and I'm +2. I should do about 60 to 70 to the Hariyama. That might even KO the Dragalge. We'll charge it. If you swap out, which you are fairly incentivized to do, you take massive damage on something that probably doesn't... I mean, it could be Politoed swapping into the Hariyama slot, I guess. Dugong switches out. This would be a good time to have Gothorita, but we didn't bring it to this round, and that's fine too. Make It Rain comes out. Do we get the double? Oh, we get the Hariyama. Interesting. So you're not Assault Vested. And the Dragargle lives. Okay. You could Sledge Bomb into this slot. Hydro Pump. Okay. So at this point, I want to set up a light screen. And I want to protect. Because we didn't terrastalize on the first game, so you don't know what any of my terrors are. You don't know that my Goldengo is being sneaky. Dragargle swaps into Goth. That is super duper duper fine. Protect on Goldengo. Aqua Jet into the Goldengo. We get reflect, or light screen rather. Okay, so we've seen Aquajet and we've seen Wave Crash off of this Basculegion. You could be Banded, which is pretty obnoxious for me. I think a Reflect has pretty good value here. Even if we catch a taunt, I'm kind of okay with that. You either fake out or you protect. Fine with a Shadow Ball into Basque here. Okay. Should have gone into Goth. You could double protect here, I suppose, as well. Now you fake out the Grim. Okay. Okay, so we get a moot turn, but fake out's used up. That's fine. Should have Shadow Balled the Goth, but a whale. Okay, so we'll try again for that. On the bright side, we can now protect with Goldango. So you've actually done us a bit of a service as far as board state goes. This is still not an optimal position, but in the words of a wise Perish Trap player, I've seen me win these. Basculegion swaps, that's fine. Dragargle comes out, protect is fine. You probably Trick Room here though. Taunt comes out into Grim, that's fine. We got both of our screens. Totally happy to pivot this guy out. I think going to Dugong. Oh no, I can't pivot out. Okay, well, that's fine. We're taunt locked, but you don't realize that I'm not fully locked here. Okay, so you can protect on the Goth. It's pretty televised. Protect on Dragalge could come out as well. It does not, however. Play rough hits. Dragalge drops. Okay. It's one down. Okay, so we have Basculegion back out on the field. We're Steel on the Grimmsnarl, which isn't going to come up right now. Gothitail just protected. It could swap out into Hariyama. The play rough there is really good. I think Make It Rain is kind of fine here. Your Basculegion does seem to me like it is banded or scarfed. I'm still +1. I think we'll do it. I don't mind if you resist, because Goth can't protect. Goth could Terrasilize, but in which case it drops. Goth could swap, and if it does, your Hariyama drops. So I think this is probably optimal here. I could definitely see you going for a Last Respects here. It's only 100, but it's still better than nothing. Wave Crash comes out. We have Reflect. Okay, still happy with my decision. Make It Rain comes out. Does massive, massive damage, even on a resist. Psychic comes out. Does basically nothing. No Spadef drops means Gothitail drops. Crit does not matter. Okay. So it was just Basculegion against the world. I guess I already dropped Hariyama, huh? Battle's canceled. GG. Good game too. I think we still play all three in regular season, so I'm gonna queue up again to be safe. I think this could actually be the opportunity to bring out the Gotharita mode. Let's see. Kind of down for Electrode to come again, actually. Because Electrode didn't really get to do what I wanted it to, but I think it's still really strong in this matchup. So we got Thunder on Politoed, Thunder on Corviknight, Thunder on Basculegion. Yeah, I think Electrode is still good here. Dugong is unfortunately my only fake out user on this team. I know I have 3, but Dugong's the only one that actually packs right now. Gotharita is Terra Ghost, I believe, though. Okay, definitely is. I think you're Terra Steel. Okay, what do I want out of my life right now? You're Ghost. Late game foul play is pretty good here. Kind of down to just Dugong Gholdengo again, though. Yeah, because we could get hit by a eject button and we're out of there. I think we'll go the same 4, just in a different order. Yep. Down to the absolute wire, but I like to take my time with my leads because I feel like it's really, really important to get your leads absolutely precise in a Perish Trap team, especially in the mirror match. Mirror match is absolutely devastating. Politoed Dragalge. Okay. So now your Thunders are actually guaranteed to hit off of Dragalge, which is slightly problematic. Terrasilize immediately. Are you Terra Electric? Terra Steel. Okay. Terra Steel's fine here. Fake out comes out because I don't want Dugong to catch a Thunder, but I'm down for Dugong to potentially catch a Muddy Water. Because if Dugong catches a Muddy Water, then we get free switch. Okay, we get Encored. It's a bit of a shame, but we can just hard switch it. So I think we'll hard switch into Electrode because you're incentivized to Thunder this slot. I'm kind of down to Protect on Gholdengo because I don't want to catch a Thunder there either. Not because I think the Thunder will do a lot of damage, but because I'm not trying to catch a Paralysis on Gholdengo. That could be slightly problematic. Dragalge swaps, that's fine. Into Corviknight, that's ideal. Okay, so the Protect is good. Muddy Water's fine. I don't even care if we get an Act Drop on the Electrode because Thunder skips accuracy checks in Rain. And we don't get the Act Drop. Going straight for your throat, dog. Trick to Perish Trap too is knowing which turns to be aggressive and which turns to play really slow. Because there's a lot of patience required to play this team. There's a lot of turns where you have to do basically nothing. Corviknight swaps, probably predicting a Thunder to come out. Basculegion drops to that Thunder. Sorry, Basculegion. Good to see you. Good to see you. Terra Electric for some fat damage. Politoed protects. Perfect turn. Not perfect, I guess. but I'm happy that I did not make it rain on that turn. I guess it wouldn't have mattered because it would have gone into protect, so we wouldn't have got the drop. Shadow Ball comes out, massive. Cool, so we can just Thunder 2 of your 3 Pokemon. So if you go into Dragalge here, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So we just Thunder your Politoed. And we Shadow Ball Dragalge. Because you could swap out your Politoed into Corviknight, but that still takes super effective off this Thunder. We kind of have our opponent a little... I don't know if we haven't checked per se quite yet, but they're in a hard way, that's for sure. There's a +2 Shadow Ball that's going to come to your throat, though. Thunder drops Politoed every day of the week. Crit did not matter. Remember, this is still +2. Does not actually drop him. Helping Hand Thunder hurts a bit, but not enough. And we do get paralyzed, paralysis, what have you. Doesn't really matter that much. Electrode's going to be the one winning this game for us. Which is a sentence I didn't think I'd say. You could protect him, that's fine. I'm going to go Shadow Ball again. What's Dragalge's speed? Like 35? Let's see, so we're cut in half. Okay, protect is fine. Your option is to hit my Electrode, hope for a one-shot, and my Goldango gets paralyzed. Draco Meteor, we resist that though. We do get paired, okay. You are faster than me under my own paralysis though. So we'll Thunder, and I'm tempted to actually swap Goldango out into the Grim. Because Thunder should drop Corviknight. Unless you like Max, which is fine. But that was one thing I was actually doing calcs for earlier today. Yep. Okay. So, hypothetically, you could Draco into me again. Choose a Thunder. You could catch a Para again. No Para on the 30. Okay. Thunder comes out. Light Screen, play safe. Battle canceled. GG. GG, good match. Perish Trap is a tough team. Perish Mirror is even worse. Alright, so that has been match 1. I've been saying it. This is Season 10 of the Pacific Northwest Battle Network Draft League. And we picked up a 3-0. That is a great way to start. Condolences to my boy. You have a phenomenal team. You're going to go far. Do not let this discourage you. Love you so much. GG. Phenomenal game. Happy to play it. I've been saying this is the Pastoria Piplips. This was week 10. Or week 10. This was season 10, week 1. And I believe we were actually the first battle of the entire season. So very, very happy to come out with a dub. Dugong put in some serious work for us, that's for sure. Kind of got put in a rough spot with those accuracy drops on Muddy Water. Did get a little bit lucky hitting that Sheer Cold off of the 2 Muddy Water Act drops, but you know, Dugong was set to do basically one thing here, and it did what it was supposed to do. We were playing the odds with it. Normally, I'm not huge on one-hit KO moves, but in a team like Perish Trap, one-hit KO moves are actually not that terrible, because like if you take out one of your opponent's Pokemon, you take out one of your opponent's Pokemon. And 30% is pretty inaccurate, sure, but If we have 4 attempts to hit a sheer cold, odds are pretty in our favor to hit one. So that has been Perish Trap. We are going to be playing, I guess, in a week or so. I'm going to be uploading some TCG content here soon, so keep an eye out for that if you choose to. That's what I got for you. This has been super fun. I've been Santa. This is the Poke Workshop. This is Draft League. Welcome back. We are so back, baby. See you guys next time. Bye.